Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick past, future, present spread on Trump's decision to rescind and remove the policy of separating children that he himself has in his administration has enacted earlier this year and justified it through some of the most amazing situations. So I wanted to see where this is going with his things. Is he sincere? Is he just pulling the wool over our eyes again? Is he going to change his mind? What is going on? So hopefully I can get some clarity on this decision of him to stop separating children from their parents at the border. This is a really inhumane thing to do to people, especially children, and it's totally against, in my opinion, the American values. It's what at the base of the Statue of Liberty, talks about welcoming immigrants, and then here we are separating families, and it doesn't look good for us, and it's completely just energetically, just morally wrong. Just that is not the spirit, because they're humans just like us. So let's see what happens. So let's find out. Future. Trump and this policy to rescind separating children. Rescind separating children. Now, let's see. So, in the beginning, action, fate, judge, Queen of Swords, present, no go options, Queen of Cups, balance, King of Cups. Oh my gosh. Emotions are high. Battle weary. The Sword of Truth. All right. So, in the past, separating of children was swift. Swift, damaging, everything. I mean, it is a change from what is normal. It's that cycle. When you're looking at the Wheel of Fortune and you're looking at cycles, the change of fortunes, the change of weather, the change of times, it's like what we once were, we are no longer. So if we were a party of, immigrant, we were a land of immigrants, people coming in, we have suddenly changed. And the people who are in charge, the White House, our Congress, those people have changed what we stand for. They changed us from a country that's supposed to be welcoming to immigrants into a country that is an isolationist. They've changed everything, and here we are with the separation of children. This is a new policy that was put in place with the supposed new ideals of where we are. The Queen of Swords. So this stuff was put in place, and people are exposing the truth. It's weird, but I think this is like the female energy exposing the truth, because for a while it's like people would only hear about it, but they wouldn't really know about it until it started really coming out. It's like the females. I would really think that, I don't know who actually really broke it into the foreground, but it really, these people put a light on it, shed the truth, and made everyone aware of the atrocities that were occurring, the human suffering and stuff. So in this instance, the Queen of Swords revealed the truth of what was happening, of the children being separated from the parents and putting in camps and putting in cages and the most horrible things that you can possibly think. So it brings us to the present. And in the present, we have the Four of Cups, which is pretty much no good choices. So now the truth has been exposed. There's no good choices. So if you want to look at this like the Trump administration, they came and they said, these are like all their stories. It's like, here's the story. We're just following the law. Here's the story. Oh, it's the Democrats' fault. Here's the story. Okay, well, we did it, but it has to be done. We have to separate them. We have to be immoral. We have to be idiots. So now the option is they're sitting here with this option, and you know what? They don't like that option, but it's the only option they have left. So they took it. So an executive order was signed. So the question is, this female energy, have they been placated? The emotions overflow. It's about protecting the children. Have empathy. Oh my goodness. So this lady, this Kristen girl, she's a funny spelling for her name, but she got totally shamed as she's trying to defend the policy of separating children. And and it's kind of weird because it's like a person who would be a parent or a mother, especially a mother, whose instinct is to protect their children, would not defend something so indefensible as this situation was. And she got shamed and all that stuff. So the emotions are overflowing. I think would be the female energy, which is very protective, emotionally guarding. Really, this energy takes place and kind of forces the hand that forces them to sign this agreement. So this is the scales, the balancing the scales and stuff. And he's like, okay, here, look, I'm going to give you something. Oh, this is not cool. This is very, actually, it just came to me, but it's like, here, let me give you something. I'm going to sign this executive order to stop separating children at the border. But there is no plan. It doesn't seem like there's a plan for bringing children that have already been separated back. But this is the imbalance. It's like, here, I mean, it kind of feels like I'm giving you crumbs, but I'm still going to hold all the coins. I'm going to still hold all the bargaining chips. That's the energy that this administration has. So he caved into the pressure, this female energy pressure. He didn't like the option. He hated the option, actually. But he did it to cave into this female thing because it will only get worse. And he makes a deal to give crumbs to hopefully to placate the masses. So, what will happen in the future? We have the King of Cups. So, like the Queen of Cups, this guy is supposed to be in charge. So he's playing to the emotions, or is this the people, the emotions, the people who would take charge to stop separating these families, stop separating the children? Not entirely sure what he is yet. Hopefully I'll figure it out. Battle weary. I would say this administration is really battle weary. I mean, because everything, they got hit with everything. And every story that they tried to defend just wasn't working out. So they're pretty beaten up from this whole thing. Beaten up. That forces them to do this. So they're still going to be battle weary in the future of whether or not they're going to stand their ground or make the changes, even if they don't like the changes. The sword of truth comes up. The sword of truth means that, in the future, the truth is going to show up. The truth is going to show up of whether or not they are doing what they said they are doing or not. So, I don't know. We'll see how that happens. But let's see if we can get some clarification in this. Who's this king? Who's this king? What's the sword of truth mean? Are they battle weary? Are they actually going to start doing things that's going to be helpful? We'll see. Yeah, I don't really see them. They did this under duress of public pressure. If you can see it from here. Under duress of public pressure, they went and signed this agreement. They literally just gave us crumbs. Just crumbs. saying, hey, I give you this, now shut up. But that's kind of lets me know people cannot shut up. Just can't. Okay, so who's this king? I hope it's not another king. It's a page. I don't know. Well, this page is a person of learning. They would learn. They are trying to find new ways forward. So that could be the administration trying to take on a more empathic, compassionate stance. And you know what? They're going to try to do it. And they have to learn because it's something that doesn't come natural. It's a very immature way they're going to go about it, but they're going to appear like, okay, we got this under control. We're compassionate administration and stuff. So they're battle weary. Let's see. They're battle weary. But you know what? The administration is just going to try to keep it together, keep their story together. They're going to take like, hey, we're this happy family. We're all cool. Whatever we've done, we're battle weary, but we're making steps to make changes. We're going to make it right. So here we are, the sword of truth. What is the sword of truth? Are we going to see the families come back together? Okay, we have justice. Justice on the sword of truth. What is it? I don't want to say. Okay, so let me put this. I don't know if this is the administration. It would have to be. It could be Congress. But you know what? This battle weary thing, is they're so battle weary from trying to protect their stance. They're all staying together. But you know what? This might be the union of the families. So in the future, the children that have been separated will be returned to their families. How is it going to do it? I think the justice system is going to force it. The justice system is going to force the return of the children to their families. Sword of truth, justice. I think the administration, they're going to try to become across passionate, compassionate, but they're really just trying to figure it out because this is not normal for them. They're not a compassionate bunch. They really don't care. They're all about the money. With this whole game of, I give you a little, but I keep a lot. They are not. They're having to learn a new way forward. But it seems like they're battle weary. They're trying to stay together. One front, one coalition. They're being beaten up. But it looks like in the end, the families are going to have to be brought together because the justice system will do it. Because I don't think and you know what? They may take, they may take like, hey, look what I did. They may take the credit, but it's not them. It's going to be the justice system that's going to bring the families back together. So will it stop? I think so. The justice system is here. The checks and balance is a little slow in taking place, but it's here. But the thing is that the people, really, in all honesty, they're the ones that made this happen. The people of the United States with their outcries, the media, everybody in one voice. That's what made it happen. Forced him to sign it, forced him to surrender. And it's going to be the people that's going to have to force him to follow through with the words. He needs to follow through. And he won't do it if he feels like that the heat is off of him. He won't do it. So that's why the courts are going to have to step in. They're going to have to come in and they're going to have to say, no, you can't do that. You can't separate families. That's immoral. That's against the Constitution. That's against the, our pursuit of happiness. the whole American ideal. You can't do that to people. Anyways, so what do the people have to do to ensure that these families get reunited? What do the people have to do to ensure, make sure these families are reunited? People have to do to make sure the families get reunited. We need to reunite the families. The children need to get out of where they are. This is not good. All right, let's do this. What do the people need to do to ensure the families are reunited? What do the people need to do to ensure the families are reunited? This is fate. You can make the change. You can change it. They need to bring... Oh, this. Keep telling them. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Keep telling them. Keep telling them. Keep the emotions need to remain high. They need to take action and balance. Oh, well, that's an interesting thing. Sometimes this could be the manipulator card, but if you think about it, this is the warriors, this is the word. There needs to be a balance of the two to make it happen. A balance of the two to make it happen. So, what do the people need to do? They need to make change. You cannot sit complacent. If you sit complacent, this will not change. So this is saying you have to make change. You must keep the word out, stay strong. Don't ease up on the pressure. You need to have the warrior spirit. Keep charging forward to make sure that this administration knows you're serious about bringing these families back together. The emotions, don't become apathic. Continue with the compassion, the emotions, and being empathic towards the flight of these children who need to be returned. You must keep it up. If you get quiet and just get complacent, this becomes a manipulator card. Don't be complacent. Balance the word and the warrior. Keep informing them, keep calling, keep informing, keep saying, no, we're not going to let this go until the children are returned. No, we're not going to let it go. The warrior spirit. If you don't do something, we're going to do something. Keep the warrior spirit. These children are depending on you. Their emotions are overflowing. They're scared. They want to go home. They want to get back to their parents, at least back to their parents. Our emotions is the atrocities, the human suffering. We need to get these children back to their parents. So if we do nothing, the change will not happen. But if we do something, if we keep this pressure up, the change will happen again. The cycle will the next cycle will begin. And it's also fate. So a lot of this stuff is old energy, just this nasty energy needs to be revealed, and it needs to be cleansed, and it needs to be removed. This is a fate card. This is also a luck card. So if we keep the pressure up, this will happen. Luck will happen. So don't forget the children. They need to come home. They need to go home to their parents. Home is where the heart is. Send them back to their parents. Make sure that the administration does it. Okay. Until next time. Thank you.